Welcome to Metal Detecting Wisconsin. It's March 1st, and today I'm going to do a unboxing and talk a little bit about this new product that I just picked up for the Minelab Equinox. I have the 800, but it also will work on the 600. First of all, I want to start out by giving a little shout out to my buddy Tim. I'm wearing his t-shirt that he got me. As you know, around this time last year, we were over in the UK metal detecting. So Tim made up some commemorative t-shirts for the group that we were hunting with. And it says, I got hammered, with a hammered coin in the center. And on the back it says, Mindy's barn survived the beast from the east. So if you look at my video from when I was over there, you'll see that we had a major snowstorm when we were there. Right now I think they're having like some record warm temperatures over there for this time of year. So I guess we just didn't get that lucky when we were over there, but we made it through it. We did, as a group, earn the hardcore medallions for hardcore hunting because we were out in the snow and the cold detecting, so that's kind of cool to get that next time I go over to the UK with the club. So let's get to this carbon fiber shaft. So this is a carbon fiber shaft from stevesdetectorrods.com, and I'll put the link in the bottom of the in the explanation of the video. I'll put the link down there so you can get to his website. So a lot of you probably wonder why you'd want to switch to the carbon fiber shaft. I was just searching through some of the forums and came up with a few reasons why other people are doing it, and then I'll tell you why I chose a carbon fiber shaft and why I chose this one. So for most people, it's the weight. It takes a little bit of weight off. This setup that I'm going to have is with just the rods is about only 3 ounces less, which is not a lot of difference. But there's another reason why I choose this one and why I decided to go with carbon fiber. So carbon fiber tends to hold up a little bit better in the water, especially in the salt water. The metal will tend to blister, and then it will cause, or blister, and that will cause the shafts to kind of seize up. So that's a reason why some people want carbon fiber. The new carbon fiber shafts that are coming out for the Equinox have a cam lock system compared to the twist lock that comes with the standard. So you can make more finite adjustments to the length with the cam locks, and they are much more stable and lock a lot tighter. They're similar to what was on the CTX 3030. The carbon fiber shafts come in 2 pieces, so compared to the 3 pieces, so it just seems more stiffer and more solid. And that probably helps more in the water hunting also. And the other one is the look. The carbon fiber looks a lot nicer than the standard upper shaft. And there are a few shafts. There is one shaft out there that I know that has some color added to it, and it really looks really cool. So why did I choose Steve's detector rod? Is because he has come up with a counterweight balance system, and I know it's going to add more weight overall, but it's going to be similar to how the CTX was. It was so well balanced that you didn't even really notice all that extra weight. So that's the reason why I decided to go with Steve's detecting rods and why I decided to actually go with carbon fiber. So we'll talk a little bit about that once we get going. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to open up the box here and show you what it came with. So he has a few different options that you can get when you want to order a rod from him. It's got a really nicely packaged here. I have a ground full of pellets. So I'm guessing this little box here is my counterweight for the rod. Open that. Set that there for now, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Ooh, that's heavy. Put all this garbage on the ground. peanuts everywhere. So this looks like the upper shaft. The upper shaft, and here's the cam lock. It looks really nice. I'm going to clear up the rest of these peanuts before we get going here. Okay, sorry about that. And here's the lower shaft. So like I said, there's a few options that he offers, and I'll just go through and I'll just talk about the price item here. The carbon fiber upper shaft, just that alone, is $79. That's with a permanent end cap on it. And then you cannot use the counterweight system with that permanent cap on. So with a threaded butt end so that you can thread the counterweight on, it's an additional $10, so it's $89 for that. And then the complete carbon fiber upper shaft and lower shaft is $129. The lower shaft alone is $69. And the complete carbon fiber upper shaft with the threaded butt end is $139. And then if you want, you can get the option of having them drill the holes for the button, so you have a little extra stability by having the button on the shaft. It's a little stiff. There we go. So I chose to have the holes drilled for the button. That was an extra $10. So I think overall I'm up around 100 and, well, then the counterweight is another $35, and that comes, I chose to do the 4 ounce or the 4.5 inch counterweight tube. It also comes with you can get it in a shorter tube or a longer tube, and I'll let you just go on the website and get the information on the different size. This comes with 16 ounces total weight, and you can adjust the weight when you open it up and take the weights out. They're in little baggies. So that's what I chose. I think my total was around $189, something like that total. And I know it probably seems like a lot of money to some of you, but I really like the idea of having the counterweight, so that's why I chose to go this route. So what I think we'll do is we'll put it together and see how it feels and talk a little bit more about it once I get it together. So stand by while I disassemble this. You can fast forward if you don't want to see me do that. One thing I want to add is that Steve's the Minelab standard lower shaft will work with Steve's upper shaft, so you don't have to have the lower shaft if you don't want it from him. You can just use yours, but I chose to get another lower shaft because I wanted to have a second lower shaft that I could put on my 15-inch coil and just keep it on there, instead of having to change it out when I wanted to change it out in the field. Just makes things much easier when you're doing that. So the Equinox 800, if you haven't taken it apart, comes apart very easily. There's like 4 Allen bolts on the bottom of the main head unit here. And then you just line everything back up in the holes when you put it back together. So I should have got a power tool to do this part. So all the information on the counterweight system and the specs for the rods, everything, it's all on his website, and he does a really nice job, especially explaining the counterweight and the different options of the counterweight and how it balances. I know mine counterweight is 16 ounces total, but I can't see myself using a total of 16 ounces. So I'm going to probably use about maybe 12 ounces total is what I'm thinking. I like a little bit of weight on the front of the coil. So make sure I got this at the right angle here. Okay. Trying to do this as fast as I can, so this video doesn't get too long. And so far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing with this rod. It looks really, really nice. Looks really well built, well thought out. Two more screws to go here. I probably will end up shortening this lower rod like I did on my like I did with that standard lower rod. I shortened it because I didn't need it that long, and it just made it a little bit easier to pack. I know this is going to be more difficult to pack because it's two pieces instead of one piece, so I'm not going to be able to get this on my carry-on. I'm probably going to have to put it in put the upper shaft at least in my main luggage when I travel. And I'll just bring the standard rods with me as a backup. Okay. Arm cuff on. That's not taking too long to do this. Get this a little wet, it moves around a little bit easier. A little trouble getting in there just right. There we go. I think I got it this time. There I got it. Now I'm going to but it doesn't go in that difficult. Thingy here. It locks in really nice and solid. It's nice. I think I'll keep my little Velcro straps off just to cut down on the time that it's taken me to assemble this. So there you have it. Looks really nice, went together real easily. So this counterweight, how that works is inside the tube that screws onto the end of the shaft, there's some little baggies of weight. And there's, in this setup, which is the standard, which he highly recommends this one, it comes with 5 ounces, just the tube alone has some weight in it, and that's 5 ounces. And then it comes with another 4-ounce bag of weights and a 7-ounce bag of weights. So you can just mix and match, and you probably have to play around with it to see what you like. But what I'm thinking I'm going to use is probably 12 ounces, but I think I'll put all 16 in there for now and just see how it feels. So then on the end of the shaft, his shaft, he has a little cap for it, so if you're not using the counterweight, you can remove it. And I probably will not use the counterweight in water because I prefer my coil to be a little front heavy if I'm water hunting. So then this counterweight just screws on. And this is really nice high quality material that he's using here. So that's it with the counterweight. I know 16 ounces, it adds that 16 ounces of weight. So that's a whole pound more weight, but when it's balanced, it's going to feel much better. So I'll just try it here. Yeah, you can really feel the difference in the way this thing swings with having that little extra weight on the back. But to me, that 16 ounces does feel a little heavy, so I probably will go with the 12. So once the weather gets nicer here, I'll get out and do some detecting, and I'll let you know what I think of it. I'll talk about it on some of my videos and maybe do a little review of it. So yeah, that feels much better. But like I said, it's going to take some trial and error out in the field to see how it's working. But so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll put a link in the bottom of in the description, so you can go to Steve's Detector Rods and check it out. Thanks for watching. I thought I would add some close-up pictures at the end of the video here, just so you can see it a little more close up. That's the cam lock. It's a nice looking shaft. And that's the counterbalance. And it just screws on the long threads. That's got the cap that screws off. You can put more weight or take weight out. And that's the end of the shaft. Then I mentioned that I took the option of having the buttonholes in my upper shaft. I mainly wanted that for more stability added to it in the water. I know the cam lock, it's a very nice cam lock and it seems to be going to hold really well, but I just thought that extra with the button, and you can always take the button out and use the shaft just the way it is, and so you can have more precise adjustment of the shaft. There's a couple other things on my Equinox. Is I have a head unit cover that I got from Andy Savish, treasure hunting outdoor outfitters. That's who I buy most of my equipment from, who I got the Equinox from. And I also have this Minelab neoprene cover for my arm cuff. And that is the Minelab arm cuff cover for the GPX. I have it up here on my, this is off the Minelab's website. That's the one that I have, the armrest kit. I had to do no modifications at all to make that work. So it works pretty nice. So thanks again for watching. Next time I see you, I'll be out in the field.